let's take a trip down memory lane. Because you weren't always known as Pets to Places, were you? You were known as Pets to Vets when you first started. Is that right?
That's right, Making. Yes. So we weren't called Pets to Vets to start off with. So actually, in Milton Keynes, there was an animal ambulance which was run years ago, and that stopped. So when I first started, mostly I was just doing vets. So I thought, well, what's a really good name? So Pets to Vets, it pretty much does what it says on the tin. So I actually called it Pets to Vets Animal Ambulance because in my town people had known there was an animal ambulance. I kind of was trying to follow suit with that. But then I found that people were calling and they were saying, oh, well, can you take me to the groomers, or can you take me to, like, my friend? I want to go and visit my friend in the next town and I want to take the dog with me. And I was like, well, yeah, sure. Why can't we? So we really just expanded the services, and it was really the customers that did that as well. So, it was really the customers who were asking us to take them to other places, not just the vet. So, we completely rebranded, and we really had a good think about what we wanted to be known as, because at that point we'd already been going for a couple of years. So people were really familiar with the name Pets to Vets. So I was like, oh, what can I change it to? And I really liked the pets too. I really liked that part of the name. Because I think that's quite clear that we, take pets too. And then, we kind of just brainstormed and was like, what's another word for going somewhere else? And then we just came up with the name Places. And I was like, Pets to Places. That actually is perfect. I think the name is perfect. It does exactly what it says, that we take pets to places. So
amazing.
Perfect name in my eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I'm going to go a little bit off piste here and ask you a question. What's your most memorable story? One of your best customer stories. The most heartwarming thing that you've taken one of your clients, one of your pets, to a particular destination. Was it to like an operation, or to a friend, or to to a holiday home? Can you? I'm putting you on the spot a little bit here.
The most memorable story I have, because people always, when you meet new people and they say, oh, what do you do? And you tell them, and then you go, oh, we go to the vets and the groomers. And they're always like, is there one story that sticks out in your mind? There is always this one story that sticks out in my mind, which is really amusing. I mean, it depends on your sense of humor. So we have one of our customers who, she has this really lovely dog. But she's divorced from her husband and they don't have any children. So the dog is essentially their child. And you know what divorced couples are like, they hate each other, but they have to remain amicable for the sake of the children. They didn't want to remain amicable for the sake of the dog. So they literally called us and said, can you transport the dog from the mum to the dad? He would have his time with the dog, and then we would take the dog back to the mum, a few hours later or whatever, after he's had his time with the dog. So you can imagine I'm turning up in this field where he's going to play with the dog, take it for a walk, whatever. You can imagine how this looks. He's a guy with a van who's got a works van. So we're turning up in a field when we're collecting the dog at the end, where there's a man with the dog stood next to a van. We're taking some cash from him and then putting the dog in our vehicle, in our sign-written vehicle. You can just really imagine how dodgy this looked. And it still tickles me to this day.
He's been dog napped.
Exactly. I mean, we can joke about it, but dog napping is obviously a serious issue at the moment. But it just looked so dodgy. And but that's if you're a divorced couple and you share custody of a dog, and you don't want to see your ex, then hey, call us. If you want us to take your dog between the two of you, we're happy to do that.